Peter, this is why he went at Eve. He didn't go to Adam, right? He went to Eve. That's just like now. The so-called white man, he'll do it to you. I'll give you an example. One of the brothers in our camp, he was going to have a baby. This was a couple of years back, maybe 3 years ago, and they were like, they were trying to convince his wife. I'm talking about the doctors in the hospital, to say, hey, you need to have a C-section instead of a natural birth. But what did Esau do? He went to the wife first and he said, hey, you got her all in her emotions, right? Oh, you could die if you don't have a C-section. We're going to have to do the C-section. It's very risky. If you try to have a natural birth, you or the baby might die. So they got his woman all emotionally tied to wanting to have a C-section because they told her she was going to die or the baby could die. And then through the spirit, the brother, he was like, stood firm, and he was like, no, we're going to have our baby naturally, all right? And all the doctors, it became a big old chaotic scene, he said, but he stuck to his guns, and they didn't have the C-section. That the doctors, they were telling his wife, hey, it's going to be risky. Somebody could die unless you do a C-section. But the brother stood his guns, stood firm. And guess what? The baby was born naturally without any C-section and killed all that noise, right? Because of his faith and his being firm. But Esau, he's a deceiver. He's a devil. He's a beguiler. He's a serpent. They try to get the woman riled up first, right? That's what the serpent did to Eve. That's why he came at Eve, right? Because why? Because the women are the weaker vessel. It tells you that in 1 Peter 3:7. Let's get it. Likewise, ye husbands, dwell with them according to knowledge, giving honor unto the wife as unto the weaker vessel, and as being heirs together of the grace of life, that your prayers be not hindered. See? So the woman is a weaker vessel. So the serpent, he's crafty in his counsel, right? He's a serpent. He's a snake. He's like snakes are a representation of wisdom, because they're sly. They're smart. Like even when they kill and attack, they use sly tactics to get their kill. That's insane. The spirit of Esau Edom, the white man, so-called white man. He's going to be crafty and cunning, deceptive, subtle. Like it tells you, he was the most subtle beast of the field, the serpent. The Esau Edom, he's the most subtle fucking race on the planet. That's why he's giving you his jabs in the arm, and he's telling you that that's going to be good for you when that shit's breaking down your immune system, you see? Anyway, that's another lesson for another day. Genesis, go back to Genesis. So this is that serpent going after the weaker vessel, lying, deceiving, tricking our women. Happened with Eve, right, in the garden. We're going to keep reading Genesis 3. And also go to 5. It says, for Yahweh doth know that in the day that ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. Right? So he's telling you could be just like Yahweh. You could be just like your husband Adam. You don't have to be ruled over by your husband. You could do your own thing, right? Just like here, man. That's what he tells her in Babylon. You don't need no man. Man, you can have 20 men and no stress. You could have one guy that'll pay for your nails, one guy that'll pay for your eyelashes, one guy that'll pay for your cell phone, one guy that'll, he allows them to have a mindset that they could go be a hoe and nothing's going to happen, That's what he was doing to Eve. And that's that philosophy, that's what she was taking on. She was eating it up, just like our women. They eat it up. Now you see all the entertainment, the music industry. They have these Israelite women singing these wicked ass songs glorifying being a hoe, right? Being with multiple men, doing whatever the hell they want. Just like back then in the Garden of Eden, the serpent was tricking, lying, beguiling, deceiving the woman, he still does that. That's why the women are going to be humbled greatly. Read Isaiah chapter 3, talks about the way these women are going to be humbled when Yahweh Hashem Yahushai visits this place. All right? Where are we at? Verse 6. And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food,